It's 4 o'clock and it's time for a weekly documentary on the Kenyan youth. Mobile loan apps are popular among the youth and are making a killing. Unlike traditional lenders, these do not have tedious application processes and do not require any paperwork, guarantors, or collateral. Young people share their experiences with Light FM, telling us why they borrow money, the expenditure, and the perils of such loans. Once in a while, you will find yourself in a financial bind and request a friend or family to find you over. Asking for a soft loan is quite normal. Mobile loans have made it easier to borrow money when broke raid. Chances are, each one of us have interacted with such platforms and even borrowed money. Yet, this is where the trap is. The loans are addictive and can be a bondage. Today, millennials are debt-ridden, with some unable to service these loans. Bombarded with numerous digital credit providers, Kenyans have dragged themselves into a crisis that might be uglier than that of their government. Unlike the government that has insisted most of the borrowed cash has been spent on projects such as construction of roads and hospitals, most Kenyans have rushed to the digital platforms, borrowed money on their day-to-day needs, sometimes on alcohol and other forms of entertainment. The allure of using mobile as a tool for financial services is laying debt traps for many borrowers, with most stuck in a vicious cycle of borrowing from one digital provider to pay another. High mobile internet connectivity and the pervasiveness of mobile money transfer services have attracted deep-pocketed investors into the country's vibrant fintech. There are currently over 25 digital credit providers, with new services being launched continually, according to a recent report by Online Marketplace. But there might be a sad ending to what was supposed to be an uplifting story of financial inclusion in Kenya. Rather than they leave the users better off, the money digital credit providers might have pushed them into financial bondage. Many Kenyans are now hooked to several of such firms, sometimes being forced to borrow from one mobile loan app to pay another. I got a chance to talk to Mike, who is in his late 20s, and this is what he had to say.
Lakini ilikuwa tu ya kujibamba juu hizo enzi kulikuwa na mabash mapati yani kujibamba, na ilibidi nikope juu mabeste zangu wote walikuwa wanaenda stuff ka hizo, na mimi niko tu hapo. Sasa nilikuwa naendelea kukopa sana, nilikuwa addicted sana na kukopa yani nilikuwa nakopa na nisaidii juu nakopa na bado nitakopa tena. Sasa nilienda kwa CRB. Sasa nilikuwa natafuta map zingine, nikikopa na nyimwa napigiwa simu kila siku nilipe, na nilifika masaa nilikuwa naambiwa naweza fungiwa kila kitu, account yangu kila kitu ndio ya kukopa. Nilikuwa na advice wenye wanataka kukopa, in case kama uko na mahitaji ya kopa kitu yenye unaweza lipa, kwa sababu hizi vitu ni so addictive. So kikopo na unaweza lipa juu kitu ya kwanza utaingizwa CRB, na kitu ya pili hauwezi access bank yoyote. Sa the more unakopa, the more unakuwa broke kabisa, unakuwa stressed. Yani maisha yako hakuna vile itakuwa ukiwa youth kama mimi, kwa sababu hii maisha sasa si rahisi juu hapa nje kupata kazi ni ngumu, na so far ukipata kazi lazima hapa Kenya lazima hizi corruption ni nini. Sasa kitu ka government ilituambia inatupea kazi, na hii kazi lazima utapata tu kwa kulipia, huwezi pata kazi hivi. In case unataka ku succeed kwa hii maisha ni kukopa na kulipa juu hapa nje si rahisi.
My name is Otieno. I am in my late 20s. So as for me, mobile loans have helped me to balance my everyday needs and the timing of my salary. I was hired by a friend as an online writer. That meant that my earnings depended on how much I wrote. Many times I had to take such loans to pay rent and buy food, and later repay the entire loan and survive without requiring another.
Otieno, who is an average income earner and appreciates the use of mobile loan apps, for they have saved him a great deal. He has used the loans to service his daily expenses such as paying rent and buying food. He also adds that he has learned to survive without requiring another loan after borrowing the first time. You may think that the Kenyan youth always has reasons for borrowing loans. The youth or the average Kenyan, some always have had ways to acquire the loans from mobile loan apps, thinking that they're borrowing the money for emergencies. Some necessarily do not borrow because it's an emergency. Some borrow because they want to satisfy their wants and not needs. Just because one has seen a nice dress with another person, they will do anything possible for them to get the dress, that even if it pushes them to borrowing. The youth mostly have had to borrow not to invest, but just to have fun with the money for partying. It has not helped them as they borrow and borrow, hence being threatened to be placed on CRB. Even the working class people take loans from mobile loan app to cater for their daily expenses. Mobile lenders branch, which has over 1 million people using the application, raised up to 7 billion shillings to deepen its ability to meet the rising demand for mobile loans. Branch also loans out 4 billion shillings monthly, and it happens to be the most downloaded app in Kenya. Many Kenyans are now caught in several mobile loans to services, forcing them to jump from one service provider to another. This is according to Financial Sector Deepen in Kenya. 14% of the digital borrowers were balancing loans from more than one digital lender. Digital borrowers are not your normal hoi polloi. Digital borrowers are more likely to be men, young and more educated. They are also more likely to be employed or have a business of their own. So much mobile loans have opened loan taps for so many Kenyans, mostly the youth who have been locked out of borrowing brackets due to lack of jobs, collateral or bank account. With many borrowing for non-income generating purposes, about a half of borrowers report to have delayed in repayment time, with men being more frequent culprits. Those who default say that they are forced to do so because of poor business performance, loss of income, poor financial planning, or the fact that all the money was used on food and utility bills. Catch me next time on the weekly documentary. Till then, I'm Uganda Maryann, and this was Debt Traps.